there, recovery fam. Welcome back to Scott's Thoughts, where you never have to feel alone. If you're new to the community, don't forget to hit that big red support button down there and ring that bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos or streams. Welcome home to Scott's Thoughts. So yeah, today I'm bringing you another reading from the Just for Today book. It's a daily reading. It gives you something to meditate on during the day, think about and strive towards throughout your day. So today's reading is for February 7th, and the reading today is called This Is Not a Test. And each reading has a little saying before it, and the little saying today says, "We have found a loving personal God whom we can trust." Who we can turn. And that's from the basic text, page 27 of the Blue Book of Narcotics Anonymous. And the reading for today is, some of us come into recovery with the impression that life's hardships are a series of cosmic tests designed to teach us something. This belief is readily apparent when something traumatic happens and we wail, my higher power is testing me." We're convinced that's the test of our recovery when someone offers us drugs, or a test of our character when faced with a situation where we could do something unprincipled without getting caught. We may even think it's a test of our faith when we're in great pain over a tragedy in our lives. But a loving higher power doesn't test our recovery, our character, or our faith. Life just happens. And sometimes it hurts. Many of us have lost love through no fault of our own. Some of us have lost all of our material wealth. A few of us have even grieved the loss of our own children. Life can be terribly painful at times, but the pain is not inflicted on us by our higher power. Rather, the power is constantly by our sides, ready to carry us if we can't walk by ourselves. There is no harm that life can do us that God of our own understanding can't heal. And every reading has a just for today, and today's just for today is, I will have faith in my higher power's will for me is good, and that I am loved. I will seek my higher power's help in times of need. Oh wow, that's a powerful reading for me for sure. Yeah, talks about losing losing loves. I can identify with that. Losing all my material possessions. I can relate to that many times. I can relate to losing my kids in recovery to some degree. I lost my kids way before I came into recovery. My first two boys with my first wife. But then after a year of being clean and sober, I wrote my amends to them, and I was actually able to see my kids 16 years after the fact that I needed to give them up. So, we talk about the promises and stuff like that. So yeah, I can identify with pretty much everything it's talking about in here. Lost loves, losing all my possessions. I had an apartment, and the only stipulations I had was don't screw up. And I didn't have to pick up a drink or a drug to screw up. It was all about my thinking and I lost my apartment, and I lost all my material possessions all over again as they were out of garbage bags. And I had to earn all that back again. So I can really I can really identify with pretty much this entire reading here. And it's about seeking the power, my higher power's help, and asking for direction and all that. And I know today also when I hand over my life and my will, it's over to the care the care of my higher power, And so, and when I came in, I didn't feel cared for at all, but I know I am cared for today. I'm cared for everyone I meet on my journey in recovery. I know that I'm cared by my higher power of my own understanding. And I know I can turn to my higher power or other people in my life, to ask for help and direction at sometimes too. And I was on a live stream last night, and I asked a question because I need to ask questions. I do. I have to open my mouth and say anything. When I'm not talking and I'm not communicating and stuff like that, then I'm not recovering. And it talks about tests. I have a so every time I'm a new year of my recovery's coming up, I have a whole bunch of stuff, life stuff, just thrown all at me all at once. And it's kind of a reoccurring thing, and I kind of accept that. It's like, okay, here you go. Here's a whole crap load of mess. What are you going to do with it now? You know, but I always seem to get through it. You know, my higher power doesn't give me anything that I can't handle, you know? And it does. It talks about sometimes, you know, life happens. It happens. You know, and I accept that today. You know, life can get hard. It can get painful, you know, but you know, I've gone through lots and lots of traumatic stuff even in recovery, and I haven't thought of a drug or a drink once, you know, and that's miraculous. I've ended up in another institution. I've lost my kids again in recovery. I've lost an apartment. I've lost all my material possessions. I've lost loves again in recovery, you know. But I always knew that I could ask for help and direction from not only my higher power, but other people in the recovery community as well. And that's why I still reach out and I still ask questions, because I need to can do that on a constant basis. Because life does get hard sometimes. Life gets messy. Life gets, like, I can still get that in that point of being in that state of pain and desperation again in recovery, and I feel like I'm just floundering around and then don't have a clue, and I'm totally oblivious to everything, and I'm all confused and frustrated. But I know today that I can get through stuff. But the only way I can get through stuff is if I am communicating, if I am asking for help. I'm communicating with my higher power of my own understanding on a constant basis to be able to get through life stuff, because life happens. And you know, I don't know. Maybe I do think about the universe. I kind of think my higher power is a big part. Big part about my higher power is the universe and all that, right? So I kind of do identify with that part, because I'm not religious, but I'm very spiritual, and it's all about the group conscious for me, the universal conscious, right? So. And that's how I see my higher power today. I see my higher power in everyone I meet. You know, my higher power is everyone I meet in recovery. The part of my higher power is my belief system. Part of my higher power are my kids, and being able to communicate with people and being able to hold on to good. There's a lot of facets of my recovery that I incorporate that are my higher power. You know, coming in on here and being able to talk to you and use my words and do my best to be of service to others and give this away to be able to keep it. All of this is a part of my higher power, you know. So I have I need to be in constant contact with that, you know. I need to be in constant contact with my recovery friends, you know. So yeah, this isn't a test. You know, it's life, and sometimes life gets messy, but today I know if I don't open my mouth and say anything and try to communicate, then I'm just gonna stay stuck. Sometimes I get in my recovery and I just feel like I hit a plateau, and life does start getting messy, and I start to hurt again. But I know that this recovery is a program of action. If I'm not getting off my ass and I'm not taking action, then I'm not going to get better results. This is why I got to keep communicating. This is why I got to stay active. We talk about a lot about being around recovery and then being in recovery. And this is why it's so important for me, this alcoholic, this addict. I need to be in the mix. I need to be in recovery. If I'm asked to speak, I'll speak. If I'm asked to share a table, I'll share a table. If I'm asked to do a reading at the beginning of a meeting, and then I'm gonna say yes, because I want to be in recovery. I don't want to be around recovery, you know. And that works for me. You know, I do my best to do the best on a daily on the daily to be able to be an active participant in recovery and in my own life. And if I can, share my experience, strength with and hope with another person, then and it helps them not feel so alone, then that's a good day for me. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you are new to the community, hit that big red support button down there, and ring that bell, and share this video on other social media, or just with someone who might need an uplifting message for the day. And I'll see you all again very soon. Love you all. Mwah.